Hey guys, I just wanted to make a real quick video. So my name is Corey, for those who don't know, or probably, well, because I posted a video prior to this, but I deleted it because I found out what I have is borderline personality disorder. I thought I had complex post-traumatic stress disorder, which I still might have. I mean, it's, relatively the same. Um, but since learning that I've had it, because like I've always knew that there was something wrong. Um, and basically, for those who don't know, borderline personality is try to break it down. Frantic efforts to avoid real or imaginary abandonment. Um, so like if I have really close friends, or if I'm going out with somebody, um, and if they want to do something with someone else one day or something, then I'll feel like abandoned and really left out, and it'll really deeply affect me. Um, um, uh, there's emotional immaturity, like in a sense of getting into like a heated argument over something you really shouldn't be getting mad about. Um, like for instance, like I was with my friend who I'm really fond of, and I'm more closer to him. Sorry about my beard. I gotta trim this and get a haircut. Um, like I'm very fond of him. I consider him to be my favorite person. And for people with borderline personality disorder, they usually have like a favorite person that they cling to or want to always be around, the one that validates them from the inside out. Basically living through them in a sense, because I really don't know who I am. I don't have an identity. Sometimes I think I'm this and I think I'm that sometimes, but I try not to get confused with my words. um, uh, when I get into a verbal fight, which is usually, well, like it's always a verbal fight. Sorry if people who find it weird that I have to explain everything. That's just the way I am. Um, but I can change that. Anywho, so like if when me and my friend were hanging out in my truck, it was just something dumb, and then like I got mad. My beard looks terrible. Sorry if I keep mentioning it. Um, so we got into a verbal fight, and over something that should have just been dropped. I wanted to work on my truck and do something, and my friend didn't really want to do it with me. He wanted to do it tomorrow, and that's kind of really all it was. And I wanted to do it today. So and then I started kind of like attacking him, making him feel like he was bossing me around, and I said that and things like that. But so over the course of half an hour or however length of time it was, I get mad. I started like I took my hand and I banged the side of my window so hard. Um, like we were driving on the highway too, so that was kind of a dumb idea. But to get out my rage, and I guess to feel not really in control, even though that's probably what I think it is. I think it's having a source of control, getting to that rageful state. Like it's basically getting so dramatic where it doesn't really call for that, and like um, it's just such uncalled for. And then I start saying things, and this is to my favorite person that I don't ever want to be without. I say like, well then like don't ever call me again, and like don't bother sending me a text tomorrow or something, and it's like that without trying to get upset about it as I'm talking about it. Um, like that's the last thing I'd ever want to say to him, or even if I'm going out with like someone and I'm in a relationship with her, and I get close to her, like I'm close with my friend, but I feel like they'll eventually want to leave me. So, it's a whole like up and down cycle. I start devaluing them, making it their fault, and putting all the blame on them. But after I calm down, sometimes I will take responsibility. If I wasn't being so understanding, but like I just get so emotionally immature in the respect of having like a temper tantrum. Like, there's no need to get that mad. There's no need to say those things. There's no need to bang your window like you're gonna break it. And with the way I yell, like, it's not funny, but like with the way I can yell, like, I'm such a nice person, and people take advantage of me all the time, and that's my own fault. But considering the childhood I had, and all the trauma and all that stuff, it's great that I came out the way I did. I mean, I'm a very honest, respectful person. Whether girls are attracted to that kind of guy anymore, I mean, I don't really know, because everybody wants a like dominant guy that's an asshole. Like, pardon my French. But I'm sorry, I'm kind of getting off topic. But basically, see, this was that's what happens when I ramble, which I kind of like to do. But yeah, it's emotional immaturity. Even though I'm very mature when it comes to my age. I mean, I'm 24, but like compared to people my age and like 22, I'm much more. I have such an adult mindset in the respect of being mature. Yet I'm very like childlike, and I can just start laughing at stupid things, and I kind of want to still be a kid on the inside. You know, and I really connect well with younger kids, which I know it can kind of sound weird, but I can get to that mindset, and like, because I still kind of want to be a kid, because I never really had a childhood the way that I would have liked it to go on. So part of me still wants to be that, but part of me knows that I can't, and that's not possible. Sorry. I forget. Yeah. So I'm very mature. I know I've said that 7 times already. Sorry. I should probably stop saying sorry and just keep going. But yeah, basically, it's emotional immaturity. It's being like a 3-year-old throwing a temper tantrum, throwing a fit, wanting to have the control in the conversation to an extent. Like, me and my friend, we get along great. But then, like, if he wants to hang out with somebody or see someone for like 5 to 10 minutes that he hasn't seen in a while, and me and him hang out basically every day. Well, basically every day, yeah. I get jealous, and then and then I'll usually have like an attitude when he gets back, and I'll say, or I'll just kind of give him hints that I'm mad with like my tone, because I feel like he would rather see him than see me, or do this, do that, or whatever it is. And like, that's not fair, but that's just the way I think, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. So frantic efforts to avoid real or imaginary abandonment. Then there's, I'm not suicidal, but because some people with borderline personality disorder don't have to be suicidal, but I've attempted suicide in the past. Not that I'm thinking of that now or anything like that, but like, I can drive recklessly, not really caring what happens sometimes. And it's very dependent on my mood, because my mood's very fluctuating. Like, I'll be a kid for 5 minutes and laugh at something like from SpongeBob, or just something stupid, and be so childlike and so funny, and then I'll get into a mood, and then I'll think of something, and then it's going to bring me down, and and then I can get violently verbal, and like, people see me, and I'm so nice to them. People don't think that I can get to like that, because usually people don't see me like that, because I'm not really close with people. I do know a lot of people. I'm not close with a lot of people, or at least not in the way that they think. Like, I'm only close with maybe 2 to 3 or 4 people, really close. But my consideration of friendship is, like, I have to kind of build my way up with it, I guess. I really should have a note thing, like a little checklist, because I know that you'll watch some other people's videos and be like, well, they're a lot more organized than mine. I mean, like, this is more or less me getting things off of my chest. Not to make you guys feel like you have to work hard to watch my video and think, like, what the hell is he talking about? Hopefully you can get something out of it. But so I've always had issues with maintaining close relationships. In high school, I dated a lot of people, but I'm very needy. I'm very clingy. And I don't really want space from her. So like I'll want to be with her all the time. I'll want to hear back from her if she doesn't text me for a day or something. And like, this might not even be if we're going out. This just might be a girl that I like and that she likes me. But if she don't text me back for a day or two, I'll be like, well, what the hell, and just very jealous if she talks to other guys or talks to other people, things like that. I mean, I try to control it. And when I first meet a girl, it's not like sorry, I stutter sometimes, and it's not bad now because I'm by myself. But if I'm in front of people or if I'm on the phone and I try to talk, but then again, it depends on the day I'm having to. But I don't talk nearly this good in front of people, but it depends on the certain kind of person. People with power and authority, sometimes I get more anxious, and even people that are my family members, if they're more like stern and things like that, I'll have more of an issue trying to talk. I gotta shut up and think because I keep forgetting what I was gonna say. Sorry, I'm sorry. This is crazy. I keep forgetting. And like, that's the thing too with people with borderline personality disorder, they dissociate. So usually, like, dissociation is caused when like a traumatic event, like they say, if you go through a traumatic event, there's a certain like connection that your brain makes that it would never usually ever make, because when you're in the trauma, you want to separate your whole body and your whole mind from it, so you kind of go somewhere in your head, and once that happens, that's really like the brain makes that connection, and it's not really ever going to go away unless you get help with it or something, or I'm not really sure if it does go away. But like, dissociation is basically spacing out, not feeling like you're in the present. So, and like, even sometimes, like, if I start thinking, about something when I'm driving, I'll just kind of zone out. It's not that I won't be paying attention to the road, but more or less, I'll lose track of time, and it's crazy. And how I can't recall like things I've just said is kind of scary. I mean, like, I'll have trouble remembering where I'm trying to go in the conversation. Like, not always. It's more or less, maybe with this is a little more difficult for me because I don't have anything really organized. I don't really know exactly what I want to say. Yeah, I hope the video helps people. I mean, I'll definitely try to make more videos that are for the 10th time a lot better than this. I guess it's just to give you a little idea and just for me to get it out there. But I don't take any medications. I stopped drinking because I drank to suppress my emotions and all that nonsense. And I haven't drank in 4 months. And actually, it's almost been 5 months now. 4 months and 2 weeks probably already. Huh? Wow. Because I used to drink a lot, and it was bad. And then you drink, and then you do stupid things, and it wouldn't be good. My current therapist, I don't really like him because he's not really, like, he doesn't think I have borderline personality disorder. And considering the childhood I've went through, and basically, I'll write things down in my phone or whatever and share it with him. Certain situations I've been in recently, and I'll document it all, and I'll basically explain the whole situation. And if that doesn't scream borderline personality, then it's just, he just doesn't really want to do his job. I mean, I can tell he's not into it, and I'm trying to get a new therapist. So, because like I had one good therapist before, and she's full, so like I really can't see her. But she this was when I was like 18. She really wanted to help me. She was really dedicated with everything I told her, and all that stuff. And it's like you can tell when they want to do their job and give it their all, and that's what she was, and that's not what he does now. And it's just, I don't want to have to convince someone that I have borderline personality disorder. It's just, I want to get the right therapies so I can overcome it, or at least overcome a lot of it, and stop blowing up at people that I love and that I really, really care about. But I'll, and then randomly, I'm just going to throw in a few more other things. If I can think. Yeah, so I basically live through the other person, like if it's a girlfriend or whatever, or like even if it's a best friend or whatever. I don't really have an identity or a sense of self, so I'll want to live through them. Oh, and I'm sorry. Here's what I was talking about. Like if I first meet a girl, it's not like I'm falsifying who I am, but borderlines generally are very attractive in the sense of they know exactly what to say, but consciously I'm not trying to mislead or, like I said, falsify who I am, but I basically mirror what they give to me. And it's not in a malicious way. It's just, because you feel how you feel in that moment. So when you first meet a girl, you first start talking to her, and, like you show her how nice you are, how loving you are, and, how great the relationship is in the beginning. It's like you're so not perfect, because I don't ever like to use that word, because perfect's a word that is only meant to say that nothing is perfect, if that makes sense. Like I have a better saying for it, but I don't remember it right now. Figures, right? Yeah, so it's very confusing for the person that doesn't have the borderline personality disorder, like the girl or whatever it is, and she sees you, well, me, like she sees me, she sees how loving, how nice, and like this guy's great. Not trying to sound narcissistic and full of myself, but even though I can have those grandiose sense of self sometimes, like even when I'm walking through a store, sometimes I'll just feel like I'm way better than them. I'll feel more important than them. Even though I know I'm not, and I have very low self-esteem, and I have trouble sticking up for myself and shit like that. Sorry for swearing. I'll just, it just sucks. Like I'm a very nice person, and I do everything for everybody, but like the borderline personality part of it, it just sucks. I'm very clingy, very needy, I need validation, I need affection. My father was never there. There's a booger on my nose, I can see it through the camera. So, and whoever thinks like Dr. Phil isn't good, I really think he's good, but he says the most important person in a child's development is the same-sex parent. So, my father was never there, so, I didn't really have a father figure to really look up to. My mother was on drugs, and she was very, and I think she has borderline personality too. She was very up and down, but she was on drugs for 24, 23 years or so. So ever since I was born, basically. But yeah, it was a whole mess. It was a whole mess. There was It was crazy. You know, like, she was never there. She would always be sleeping. You know, like, I'd want to do something, like go to the store or like go to Walmart or whatever. Like, she'd be sleeping, or she wouldn't have any money. You know, it sucked. You know, and I experienced sexual trauma, you know, from my father a few times. You know, so all that stuff really defines you when you're young like that. And, you know, but yeah, so I'll just call this part 1. You know, I'll try to make a better video, like I've said, you know, but hey, if anybody got anything out of this video, that's great. You know, I've educated myself well enough with a lot of the people that have posted videos about borderline personality disorder. You know, and I shake my head to basically everything that they say, even though not all borderlines are the same. But it's just, you know, I know that that's what it is, you know, because I've always sensed there was something right. It's not just anxiety and being depressed and all that other crap. That's definitely what it is. And you can have borderline personality disorder and know that you have it. Some people refuse to not believe that they have it, or believe that there's anything wrong with them. But I guess I'm fortunate enough to admit that I have it, I guess, if that makes sense. You know, and I just want to get the help for it, because if I get in another relationship with a girl, it's gonna be the same thing. I'll be too needy, be too clingy. Then she'll see my false sense of self, and then she'll be like, "Who's the guy that I thought he was when I first started talking to him?" You know, and I still am that guy, but it's like, it's not all that perfect, because I'm gonna get jealous. I'm gonna it's just it would ruin a lot of things. You know, so yeah, thank you guys for listening. You know, if this even helps one person, that's great. You know, I just wanted to make a video, and you know, without it being very organized, that's probably doesn't matter. As long as you guys could understand the whole 22 minutes of it, then that's great. Even if I forget the whole thing. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, or if you actually liked the video and if it was helpful, you can leave a comment or something. So, all right, guys, thank you. Take care.